Morning folks, welcome on board Kalliope. I'm just getting myself organised here. I'm just sailing on mizzen. This is Cabbage Tree Creek. Glorious winter day here in Queensland. Alrighty, I'm a bit more organised now. So, the plan today is to sail downwind out into the bay, and then just after lunch the wind's going to do a 180 and come from the northeast, and the tide will turn and start coming in, and we're going to sail that back home again. That's the plan. It may get up to 10 or 11 knots allegedly. That could mean anything here, so we shall see. This is why I put the electric motor in Kalliope, because when the wind's blowing the wrong way, it's very difficult to tack out of this channel because of this sandbar on the right here. Today I think should be a dream scenario. Downwind run out and downwind run back. Well, here's a tour of the cockpit. You can see my downhaul and halyard running back within easy reach. It's probably a little bit difficult to see, but you can see I've got the bleater tightened up. That seems to be working pretty well actually. Very similar idea to my mate Chris's strop, except this can be tensioned, so I can keep the front part of that boom exactly where I want it, up against the mast. And you can see my topping lift lazy jacks just around a hook on the boom there. Running up, I've got a single fall that comes down and is cleated at the base of the mast, so I can actually tension that up or release it and drop the whole bundle into the bottom of the boat if I want to. That's pretty much the sum total of my rigging. It's very simple. I've got some reefing. I've got a couple of reefing lines I can pull a reef in pretty quickly. That's about it really. Very simple, the old balance slug. And here's my mizzen. I just sewed a new sail, a Sailrite kit. Seems to fit nice. Very useful. So here's a brief tour of my little neighbourhood. This is the township of Sandgate and Shorncliffe. That's Cabbage Tree Creek, the channel we just came out of. You can see the city of Brisbane over there in the distance. If we keep going around to the south, we have the Port of Brisbane, which is a big container terminal. Wow. It's Brisbane, it's a small container terminal. We wouldn't know what big is over here. And then offshore we have Moreton Island. It's one of the many sand islands up the east coast of Queensland. In fact, you can probably see that patch of sand just over there. There's some big sand dunes over there. And further to the south of that we have Stradbroke, North and South Stradbroke Islands. And obviously the most famous one is Fraser Island, which is a long way north of here. And if we continue up to the north, I'm imagining where that fire is up there is Bribie Island. This time of year we burn off overgrown bits of forest and whatnot to get rid of the fuel load, so that in summer we don't have raging wildfires. So this time of year can actually get a bit smoky, unfortunately. And that's the Redcliffe Peninsula sticking out there. So what you're looking at here is Moreton Bay. It's a fairly shallow bay. It's protected from the swells, but being so shallow it can get quite rough. Not today though. I think today's going to be just perfect. So we're currently sailing in about 3 meters of water. The water is so clear you can see the bottom. Just saw a stingray go past. Wow, can you see that? I've got sunglasses on, but when those ripples disappear, you can just see the bottom. It's so clear today. This time of year is a bit like that. We don't have a lot of rain normally, and so the creeks are not flooding out a lot of brown water. It is a glorious time of the year. Can you see that? Huh. I'll tell you what, I hope that weatherman's right. It was predicting a drop off in the middle of the day and then a reversal back to northeasterly, 10 knots. It's going to be a long row home if I don't get it. Thought while I'm hanging around I might as well practice reefing. Seems alright. Literally 30 seconds to reef it and then another minute or so to tie the reefing pennants. Well, this is all rather lovely, but I'm going to head offshore a bit more and see if I can pick up some wind. It looks to me like there's a little bit more going on out there. We'll see how we go. Wow, how's this? Look, mum, no hands. Wow, there is a bit of elastic strap there, but that doesn't do much. I'm actually just sailing directly to windward here. Well, as close to wind as I can get, probably. No hands on the main sheet, no hands on the tiller. Just using my body weight, left and right, to keep us going in a straight line. Just got a little bit of shock cord over a hook, just to apply a small amount of tension to the tiller, but it's not really that much. But you can see, like, that is as close as. I mean, there's not much breeze. Well, we are moving. We're definitely not going slow. Well, here we are on the other tack, and I'm not seeing any evidence of a difference in performance, to be perfectly honest. I mean, you can see we are right on the wind there. I mean, I can't really notice a speed difference, but I can check the Strava later. But in terms of pointing ability, I mean, I literally haven't touched the tiller since the last time I videoed, which was about 25 minutes ago, apart from when I tacked. I mean, you can't complain about that. That arrow is inside the marks. Geez, that's one hell of a fire. I'm sure that's just burning off. They just burn off the grass when it gets too thick, so we don't have too many nasty fires in summer. It's a big one. Well, I think I've pretty much come to the end of my outward trip. You can see Moreton Island over there. Those sand dunes are starting to become visible. You can see even all the smaller ones there now. Well, we didn't quite get the wind that we were promised, but you can't complain about a nice downwind run with the tide back home again. What a glorious day. It'd actually be quite tempting to go and get fish and chips from the Shelley Inn. May just do that. Right, I think that'll do, eh?